The entire hip-hop community is in a state of shock after Lil Scrappy was caught in a shocking scandal. A leaked video has surfaced, and what it shows is completely insane. Fans are in complete disbelief as Scrappy is shown in a situation that could change everything for him, including his reputation, relationships, and even his career. The video is blurry, but it is undeniable that Scrappy was caught red-handed, and the internet is exploding with theories. Some claim it is a setup, while others believe it is evidence of betrayal. However, what exactly is in the video, who leaked it, and how is Scrappy responding to this public humiliation? Stay tuned because we're about to break down. The internet was on fire within minutes of the video going viral, garnering thousands of views, shares, and comments. At first, nobody knew what to make of the grainy footage, poor lighting, and the camera's apparent awkward angle. But one thing was certain: Lil Scrappy was in the middle of something he didn't want the world to see. From behind-the-scenes secrets to the reactions that will leave you speechless, this is one story you don't want to miss. Let's get started. The video was only a few seconds long, but it was packed with tension. Scrappy was seen in a dark parking lot, a place that looked like it belonged behind a nightclub or a sketchy studio, and he was standing next to a mystery figure who wasn't immediately recognizable. One Twitter user asked, "Really him?" While another responded, "Bro, that's 100% Scrappy. Look at the chain, the way he moves." Some fans were shocked beyond belief, convinced that this could be the scandal that ends Lil Scrappy's career forever. Then came the moment that ignited the internet. In the dim lighting, it was difficult to tell what Scrappy had taken out of his pocket, but when he handed it over, fans went crazy. What the hell did he just give that person? One family commented under the viral Instagram post, and some people said it looked like a write-off cash, while others swore it was something much worse. Some conspiracy theorists even suggested it might be a secret contract or a hush money deal. The possibilities were endless, and without a clear explanation from Scrappy himself, the rumors went out of control. The video took a slightly darker turn when viewers noticed the second figure in the frame. This person wasn't alone. They were standing a few feet away, partially hidden in the shadows, and they looked eerily familiar. The internet went into full detective mode, zooming in and analyzing every pixel in an attempt to identify the person. Then came the breakthrough when a TikTok user uploaded a side-by-side comparison with an older image. And that's when everyone realized that the second figure in the video was none other than Bambi Scrappy's ex-wife, the woman he had a lot of drama with. Accused him of cheating on the woman who had a fight with his mother, the woman he said he was done with. So why the hell was she there, and more importantly, what was she doing for a few seconds in the video? Bambi's face was partially visible, but her expression was difficult to read. She appeared to be watching the exchange, standing far enough away to not be directly involved, but close enough to make it obvious that she was involved in whatever was going on. That's when things got even stranger. Just as Scrappy was about to leave, the mystery figure said something, and his entire body language changed. He froze, then turned back around, his face flashing with anger. The tension in the scene was evident as she raised a hand, not aggressively, but in a way that suggested she was trying to stop something from happening. It was like watching a movie unfold in real time, except this time it was real life. Then, all of a sudden, the video ended abruptly, leaving fans yelling for answers. What the hell did I just watch? One person tweeted, "I need part 2. At this point, the internet had gone completely crazy as people demanded explanations. But Scrappy had gone completely silent, with no Instagram stories, tweets, or anything since his last social media post earlier that. As if things couldn't get any more intense, another leak surfaced. This time it wasn't just footage but audio, and what was in that audio was Bambi's voice. What she said in that clip changed everything. "I told you not to do this here," Bambi's voice. The day showed him in the studio working on new music, but after this video dropped, radio silence, that's when fans really started panicking. If the video was fake, wouldn't Scrappy have shut it down immediately? Wouldn't he have gone live and called it out as a setup? The real shocker was what happened immediately after a third voice. This time one that no one expected to hear, deeply commanding, full of authority and anger, and the words, "You think this is a game." This was Bambi, not a lookalike or someone pretending it was her real voice captured in a recording that sounded like it was snatched from a secret microphone. Who is she talking to? One Instagram user commented, "Scrappy, what's going on?" Others thought it sounded like an executive or powerful person, and there were even wild rumors that it might be a law enforcement official who had caught Scrappy in the act of committing a crime. However, before anyone could confirm anything, the clip ended, leaving fans with more questions than answers. Then, Bambi abruptly broke her silence by posting a mysterious message on her Instagram story that said, "Don't believe everything you see. The internet went crazy." What does she mean by that? Was she denying the video, or was she claiming it was edited? The second video drop was even more bizarre than the first. It wasn't just a grainy clip or some low-quality leak, but it was high-definition, crystal-clear footage that left no room for doubt. This time, it wasn't just Scrappy and Bambi, but there was a third person, and when fans realized who it was, the internet went completely crazy. The video began inside what appeared to be a private lounge or a back room in a club, and the lighting was dim, but everything was clear enough to identify the three individuals in the picture. Lil Scrappy was seated on a leather couch with his head down and his hands clasped together, as if he was frustrated or lost in thought. Bambi was standing across from him, her arms crossed, her face tight as if she was angry, but trying to maintain her composure. Then, in the center, leaning forward with a commanding presence, was none other than Stevie J, yes, the same love and hip-hop legend who was known for being a mastermind, a manipulator, and a man who always had his hands in some dubious business. Fans lost it at that. What the devil was Stevie J doing in the middle of this? The audio in the clip wasn't perfect, but some words could still be heard clearly. You thought this was funny, but Scrappy rubbed his hands together and shook his head, but Bambi didn't say anything. Bambi sighed and turned to face Stevie J. "I told you that this wasn't my problem anymore." Stevie leaned back and laughed to himself, but it wasn't a friendly laugh. Rather, it was the kind of laugh that indicated trouble was imminent. "Oh, it's your problem," Stevie said, and fans were freaking out. Bambi rolled her eyes and turned to Scrappy, saying, "You see what I was trying to tell you? This was stupid. You should have never." She stopped herself, looking at Stevie J as if she realized she was saying too much, and Scrappy clenched his jaw, his hands forming. "I don't even have anything to do with this man," he muttered, and Stevie J leaned in closer. That's not what the video says, because that was the moment that changed everything. Scrappy was denying everything, but Stevie J wasn't buying it. He took out his phone, tapped the screen a few times, and then turned it towards Scrappy. "You want to say that again?" Scrappy looked at the phone, his face twisted in frustration, but before he could finish, Bambi grabbed the phone out of Stevie's hand. Her face went blank for a moment, then changed to something between shock and fear. She shook her head slowly before whispering, "Damn." At this point, fans watching the leaked footage were screaming, "What the hell was that?" Scrappy reached for the phone, but Bambi held it away. "You really did this to yourself," she muttered. "That's what I'm saying." Scrappy snatched the phone from Bambi, his eyes darting across the screen, his expression darkening, and then he suddenly got up, grabbed the phone, and threw it across the room. The screen shattered on impact and the video off. Fans were going crazy. What the hell was on that phone? What did Scrappy Southeast that caused him to react like that? That theory blew up right away. Some people thought the video on Stevie J's phone was the complete version of the first. A TikTok conspiracy theory quickly gained traction, claiming that the footage was evidence of a setup that someone had plotted against Scrappy to make it look like he was guilty of something he didn't do. However, things took an even more bizarre turn when, just a few hours after the second video leaked, another major player entered the drama. Mama D, yes, Scrappy's own mother. When Mama D speaks, let me tell you, she doesn't say anything. The leaked clip of Scrappy in the parking lot may have contained audio of the conversation, suggesting that Scrappy was involved in something shady. Hold on, she went live on Instagram, and within minutes thousands of people joined the stream. She looked angry, and I don't like it. She began shaking her head, saying, "You guys are trying to play my son like he's out here doing something shady. But let me tell you, Scrappy, don't move like that." Fans bombarded the comments, urging her to reveal the truth about what's in the video. Mama D, one person asked, and she hesitated for a moment before muttering, "I'm not supposed to be saying anything, but if they want to put my baby out there like this, I'll set the record straight." As we waited for the tea, Mama dropped the bombshell that there was no deal going down in that parking lot. She said, "That's family business. Boom, family business." The comment section exploded with fans demanding more information, but Mama D refused to say anything more. "This isn't for the internet," she muttered before ending the live stream. The mystery then became even more complex, and people began to piece things together. At that point, a new theory emerged. What if this whole thing wasn't about money or crime, but rather something personal involving Scrappy's family? The internet went into full meltdown mode when Bambi made her next move, deleting all of her Instagram photos of herself with Scrappy. Then she posted a single message on her story that said, "Some truths are too dangerous to be told." What truth was she talking about? What was so dangerous that she couldn't say it outright, right? And importantly, who was she protecting? At this point, it was obvious that this wasn't just about Scrappy anymore. It was about something much bigger, and the next leak was going to blow everything open. The internet was in complete chaos, and Scrappy's life had been cut off at the worst. As fan theories erupted, deep dive accounts on social media started analyzing every frame of the leaked video, enhancing the story. The leaked video had already sent shockwaves through social media, but now new details were emerging that no one saw coming. Some people thought the footage had been edited, while others insisted that it was only a small part of a much better story. Everyone wanted to know who the mysterious figure in the background reflection was. Was it someone from Scrappy's past who was trying to expose him, or worse, someone who had been in charge from behind the scenes the entire time? Reflection slowed down the video and examined the audio, and then someone unexpectedly found an old deleted interview from Razor Fist that included a statement from Scrappy that made too much sense. At the time, people believed Scrappy was just venting, but after seeing the leaked footage, it appeared as though he had been warning everyone with his exact words. "I ain't gonna lie, man. This industry isn't what you all think it is. You move a certain way, deals get made, and occasionally you have to play along or you get played." The clip went viral as fans began piecing together the information. Scrappy had been hinting at something for years, but no one paid attention until now. Suddenly, this wasn't just about one leaked video. It was about something bigger that had been simmering behind the scenes for a long time. And just when it seemed like things couldn't get any more bizarre, another twist appeared. This time, it wasn't just footage but audio. A second angle of the leaked video surfaced, and in this one, you could actually hear what Scrappy was saying before everything went down. His words sent shivers through the internet because they entirely changed the context of what had happened that night. That's what you guys are doing, and that's how we're playing this. After a pause, Scrappy turned to face someone off camera. His tone changed, and he said, "No, you guys aren't setting me up like you guys didn't, bro." Fans on the internet went crazy trying to figure out what he was talking about, what setup he was talking about, and most importantly, who was behind it. Some thought he was referring to Stevie J because of all the legal and business drama Stevie had gone through, while others thought he was referring to another rapper who had been mysteriously blackballed. However, something even stranger occurred. A startling man was drawn into this mess. Kirk Frost. Yes, it seemed like a stretch at first, but then Kirk went live without warning, and that's when people realized something was wrong. Kirk's live was strange. He appeared nervous and kept looking away from the camera as if someone was telling him what to say. His words felt forced, and some of you will be reaching. Fans weren't buying it, and they bombarded the comments asking why he was so pressed about something that wasn't even about him. Then, one comment appeared that totally changed the game. "Kirk, Weren't you the one who forced Scrappy to sign that contract back in the beginning? They BR. What contract? People began researching old love and hip-hop contracts, and then they discovered something that shocked everyone. A Claw and Scrappy contract that said any footage captured during production was the network's property and could be used however they saw fit. You know who was said to have introduced Scrappy to the people who made those contracts? Kirk Frost. Was this a CTV? The internet went crazy, and people began reposting old love and hip-hop clips in which Scrappy and Kirk argued about business deals. One clip in particular featured Scrappy accusing Kirk of forcing him to sign a bad contract. At the time, everyone assumed it was just a reality TV drama. But now it seemed to be the truth. People were calling Kirk the mastermind behind the whole Scrappy situation. Some even said that he was involved in the leaked footage being released. Just when fans were about to cancel Kirk permanently, Scrappy returned to the internet, this time using TTP. And let's talk. Scrappy was done remaining silent. The internet paused to listen to every blog, gossip page, and fan discussion. Everyone was locked in, and this was the moment they had been waiting for. His face was serious, and his voice was cold and controlled. Since it was already 8, let's talk about it. The chat room erupted, and comments came in faster than the screen could update. Everyone was eager to hear what Scrappy had to say, and he paused, looking off camera for a moment, almost as if he was gathering his thoughts, before dropping the bomb, showing the video that leaked the entire SI Up Man, which you all weren't listening to. This wasn't just a random tirade. It was a confession and a revelation, and guess who's behind it all? You all already know the answer, but the chat was going crazy. Some people were spamming K, while others were pleading with Scrappy to say the name aloud. Then, Kirk Frost, did he just say that Owen LV is calling out for our real Scrappy? Scrappy nodded as if he already knew that people would go crazy over this man. Listen, I'm not saying too much because I'm not F to put my business out there, but let's say some people have been moving real. Funny behind the scenes, some people have been calling and pressing buttons to try to get me caught up. The internet was shattered, and you all wondered why every time I was about to level up, such asterisk picos left you all. Then, when you really thought about it, the chat was flooded with messages, and fans were piecing together the details in real time. They began listing instances from the past where Scrappy was about to do something big, but something went wrong. A bad deal, a public scandal, a leaked rumor, and so on. I won't go into too much detail about that, but Scrappy was essentially verifying the existence of some secret industry deals. He went on to say that some people out here had paperwork on you that you don't even know about. The internet, XLD, silent contracts, secret deals, who was controlling what? And then he said the words that made everyone freeze. Have you all heard of a silent contract BR? What is the silent contractor? The chat lost it. Blogs were screenshotting his live in real time. More bizarrely, he reached off camera and took something edible off of papers and held them up to the screen. This is the proof that this is the asterisk that they don't want you to see. B. The internet was on fire, and those were the contract keys and receipt key. Scrappy grinned and said, I'm not going to leak this yet, but trust me, when you see what's in here, many folks will be hushed. The chat was going crazy, and then boom, LN's BR. What just happened? Blew up every gossip page and had already clipped the most explosive parts. Fans were watching the video again, frame by frame, trying to understand what the hell those papers were, and when Kirk Frost's car suddenly appeared on social media, they were waiting for him to respond. Why would he do that unless he had something to hide? Some were driving Kirk and accusing him of being guilty, while others were pleading with Scrappy to drop the documents, but nobody had any answers. The statement was brief, but it sent the internet into a complete meltdown. We are aware of recent allegations and will be addressing them accordingly. What does that mean? Are they talking at KR? Are they talking about crappy things? Is someone getting Dr. PPD from the Cheshire level? Something bigger was happening, and then, just when things couldn't get any crazier, BMSS Stacy meant to you up. However, it wasn't from Scrappy, Perk, or Kirk. The internet went crazy when a new account appeared on Instagram with the username Real Truth Expos. The first post was a blurry picture of a contract with Scrappy's name on it. The question was, who was running this account, and what were they about to leak? More importantly, was Scrappy going to get scrappy, or was he going to bring everyone down with him? The internet was in a state of chaos after Scrappy's explosive live changed everything, including his allegations and mysterious documents. The silent contracts were too much, but the biggest shockwave came from the mysterious Instagram account that appeared at Real Truth exposed out of nowhere. No one knew who was behind it, but the page quickly gained 100,000 followers. The blurry post that appeared to be Scrappy's name on a contract was just the beginning, as an hour later, a new post appeared that was clearer and featured a zoomed-in shot of a contract with the name Lil Scrappy. Lil Scrappy fans couldn't believe what this was. Contract the caption if you're curious about the truth. It begins at 1 p.m. when we drop the EVR, fans set alarms, bloggers were on standby, and YouTube was prepared for the influx of footage. Everyone wanted to know what XPO and then 1,000 PUM were. And then, all of a sudden, the largest leak in reality TV history occurred. The page shared 10 slides and 10 screenshots of legal documents, emails, and messages that altered EVYT. The first document disclosed that Scrappy had entered into a covered contract with the producers of Love and Hip Hop, which scripted controversies for guaranteed screen time. Wait, hold on, was this a fake drama? Fans were going crazy, with some defending Scrappy and claiming it was just reality TV. Business. Betrayed. So all that crying, all those fights, it was a cup. But that wasn't the worst part. Slide number 5 revealed something even more bizarre. Scrappy wasn't the only one involved. 2 other people were as well. The email exchange between producers Perk and Scrappy was shown in the subject line. Next season storyline, betrayal, exposure, and career-ending drama. The internet shut down because everyone felt sick, and the video that began was captured as Scrappy's right hand. Fans were yelling in the comments, "You really play us like that? This is ASM. We've been fighting over this mess." And it was SCRIPTED. But then, just when you thought things couldn't get any worse, another POGE pass happened. This time, it wasn't a screenshot, but a video, and fans clicked right away to play the clip of a private Zoom meeting in the video. The internet broke, and Scrappy was heard saying, "Man, as long as the check's clear, I don't care what people think." He was finished, and people turned on him right away. "No, you played with us too much. We're done with you. I used to defend you, but this is crazy." A few Love and Hip Hop producers were talking and laughing about this plot, and they were lying about it. The family fights, betrayals, health crisis, and everyone was shocked when Scrappy leaked his Instagram BR, deleted his ACs, and moved. This is a guilty move, but the drama wasn't finished yet because, as fans were attacking Scrappy, Carter K. Frost made a statement in which he said, "I have nothing to do with Scrappy's mess. Don't put my name in it. We are." Kirk threw Scap under the B, and the fans were like, "Oh, you innocent Kirk playing the I didn't do nothing cardigan." But people couldn't handle the ultimate stunner. Love and Hip Hop ROPP Scrappy Boom Deal Termite and Scrappy West. It's true that this man was recently dismissed due to some fabricated drama, and Kirk, he simply sat back and observed the role unfold.